Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a current favorites video. I haven't done one in about 3 months. If you haven't seen my first one, I'm going to leave it in the description box below. Make sure to check that out. Make sure to subscribe before you leave. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. All right, so I'm going to start off by moving my hair out of my face. So the first thing that I like to do is go in with this e.l.f. Holy Hydration Triple Bounce Serum. I keep it in my makeup fridge and it is super nice and cold. And it's like after I wash my face, I feel refreshed, but this just makes my face feel super hydrated. And like it wakes me up because it's so nice and cold. So I love that. So I just put this all over my face. I do bring it down to my neck too because you apply this before you go in with a moisturizer, and with at least I go into my neck with the moisturizer as well. So I just like to also put some on the neck. Next, I go in with this e.l.f. Holy Hydration Gel Hydrogel Moisturizer. I don't know. I thought that there was going to be a difference between like the cream one and this one, but it's like literally the same thing, I feel like. So I just put this all over my face as well. And like I said, I bring it down to my neck. After that, I like to go in with setting spray. This right now is my favorite setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Last Original. I tried the matte one and I like it too, but this one has better reviews than the matte one. So I picked this up and I love it. So I'll just shake it up a little bit and then I will spray my entire face. And then I'll just grab my little fan and speed up the drying time. Next is a primer, and this is still my favorite, the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And I just grab about, a pump, sometimes a pump and a half, and I'll just rub it against my fingers and start putting this on the areas where I tend to crease a lot. So it'll be like on my nose, side of the nose, under eyes, the forehead, and then the rest I'll just pat it into the rest of my face. And I'll let this dry on the skin for like 30 seconds to a minute. And in the meantime, I go into my eyebrows. I have been using the e.l.f. Brow Lift the past couple weeks. The other eyebrow product that I love is the NYX The Brow Glue, but I'm out of it. But what I've been doing is using the spoolie on here to dip into the e.l.f. Brow Lift, and I'll just pick up the product and start combing my eyebrows like upwards and like to the side a little bit. So that's something different that I started doing. Instead of brushing them the opposite way and then upwards, I just go directly to brushing them upwards and like kind of to the side just to give it shape. And it's so much faster, honestly. So I'm just going to speed up the time right here on the eyebrows because sometimes it takes a little long just to tame my hairs since they are pretty like thick. And now I'm just going to kind of like brush them down a bit just to get them nice and like straight up at the top and on the side. Because I don't want fluffy brows. I just want styled brows. And then I'll just clean up with my finger any product that got on my forehead. If I don't clean that up, like I can see it on like after I apply my foundation. So this is like really important for me to take that like gel that got on my skin. So now I'm going to go into carving out my eyebrows, and I'm going to go in with my current favorite concealer. I think it's been like my favorite forever. I have a bunch of other concealers, but this one does not compare to any of the other ones. And it is the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'll just grab any flat brush that I have around, and I'll just grab the product onto the flat brush and start carving out my eyebrows. And then I'm also going to bring this concealer down to my eyelids because this is going to be my primer for my eyeshadow. And then I actually like to grab a damp beauty sponge and then just press that product in so that it's not like harsh. So now for the eyeshadow palettes, I have two that I have been loving so much. I have this Tres Luce one. It's La Flor de Mexico, and these are the colors that are in it. You have lighter shades, you have darker shades, you have like a range of colors in here. And then I also have Juvia's Place, the coffee shop. And these are the colors that are in it. I love wearing like a brown eyeshadow look, so I love this so much. I actually have another palette that's on the way. It is the Chocolates, I believe. It's just a smaller like 6-pan eyeshadow palette, so I'm excited for that one to come in because I think that I'm gonna put it in my makeup bag that's in my truck, just because I do have a makeup bag in my truck in case I am on the go or I wake up late and I just, you know, don't have time to do my makeup. I can just get to work and do it before going in or whatever. So for today, I'm going to be going into this palette here, and I'm going to grab this Tres Luce B100 brush. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to go into this shade right here. This is going to be my transition shade, so I'm just going to put that like above the crease near the brow bone, and I'm just doing windshield wiper motion, I don't know. Do that on the other eye as well. So I'm just gonna do like a light brown eyeshadow look today. So now I'm picking up this B103 brush, and this is also from Tres Luce, and I'm just gonna dip into this color right here. They don't have any names on them, so sorry about that. And I'm gonna go into my crease. I'm really gonna pack the color on the outer part and then start blending in, so all the way into the inner corner, but I'm really focusing on the end first just so that it can be darker there. So just again, windshield wiper motion and bringing it all the way into the inner corner. Just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same on the other eye. And now for the lid, I'm going into this Tres Luce B111 brush. And I'm going to pick up this color right here, tap off the excess, and go right all over the lid. And just pack that color on. Again, focusing it a little bit more on the outer corner, and then just kind of tapping all over. And I'll go ahead and do the same on the other eye. So now I'm going to grab the second brush that I used, which was the B103 brush, and I'm not adding any additional product. I'm just going to go back one more time into my crease just to blend out the colors nice and evenly right there. So just again, windshield wiper motion. And then what I have been doing is grabbing a like pointy brush and dipping into like a sparkly color. And this I'm going to put on my brow bone. So I'm just highlighting my brow bone a little bit. All right, and that is it with the eyes for now. Now for the under eye concealing, I have been loving this LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in the shade Orange, and I just use a little bit because a little bit goes a long way with this, and put this on the dark areas of my under eyes, which is like the whole bottom. To blend this out, I'm going to be using the Real Techniques 242 Brightening Concealer Brush. So I'm just tapping the product in and just like distributing it evenly. And just making sure that I cover like the whole under eye area. And there we go. Now we're going to go into the foundation. Some things just never change. This Maybelline Super Stay foundation is still my favorite. I'm going to grab, that just squirt out. I'm going to grab some on my finger and just start distributing it all over my face. Whatever's left over, I just rub it on my neck because I do go in with a little bit of foundation on my neck just to blend it all the way down. And another thing that I have been loving is adding a little bit of the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter thing. And I will just add a little bit, like anywhere that there are open spaces, just a tad little bit, nothing major. And to blend this out, I'm just going to go in with my Real Techniques 046 brush and just start tapping this in, blending out both foundations. I don't think that the e.l.f. Halo liquid filter is a foundation. I think it's like, I don't know, is it considered a foundation? I'm not sure, but I just mix the two and it gives you like a glowy matte skin type, if that makes any sense, because the Maybelline foundation is like matte. And I love having like a matte face, but right now that it's like winter time, I do like to have a little bit of like glow. So that's why I love like to add that on. And then I just like to avoid my under eyes when I am blending out my foundation. And then I'll start bringing it down to the neck area. So now I'm going to go into the cream bronzer. I have two that I have been loving so much. I'm still loving the NYX Wonder Stick, which is actually a contour stick, but I use it as a liquid bronzer. Well, a bronzer stick. And then I have this ColourPop bronze stick. I think I'm going to go in with this one today. I've been reaching for it more than the NYX lately. So I'm just going to put this on the high points of my cheeks, on the forehead, and then some on the side of the nose. And then to blend out the cream bronzer stick, I'm going in with this Japanese brush. This is what it looks like. It's just like a very dense, small brush. And I'm just going to start tapping in the contour stick. And I'm just keeping it up on the high points of like my cheekbone. Not high points, but like right on the cheekbone. I don't want to go any lower than like my ear. So I'm keeping it right there. And then just same for the other side. Just tap, tap, tap. Keeping it up on the cheekbone. And then for the nose, same thing, just tapping or pressing that product in. Typically, if I don't do like eyeshadow, I like to bring it up to my eyelids. And that's just like a quick like eyeshadow look. And then with whatever is left on the brush, I will just tap it along my jawline. Now for the cream blush, I'm going in with this Juvia's Place liquid blush. This one is in the shade Perky Poppy. I love this liquid blush. I literally just use like that small amount, and it's got so much pigment. To blend this out, I'm going in with this Real Techniques 444 brush. This is what it looks like. Yes, it is dirty. I use it all the time to blend out my liquid blush. So I'm just gonna keep this on the high points of my cheeks and then bring it along the side of my face. And that's just a preference. I know some people like to put it like right on like the apples of their cheeks. I like to keep it up high and onto like the side of my face. And then sometimes I'll go in with like a beauty sponge. I'll do it right now just for the sake of the video to show you guys. So I'll just grab whatever sponge, make sure that it's damp, and then just tap in the product. And that color is like not gonna go anywhere. Trust me. See, like it's still right there. So now we're gonna go into the concealer, and I'm just gonna be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer again. And I'm just gonna put this on the areas that I want to highlight. So I'll put like a little dot here, down the nose, Cupid's bow, side of the nose, chin, and then inner corner, outer corner. Same for this eye. I feel like I got away from this concealer because I was like, okay, I need to try different concealers out, but none of them compare. So now we're just gonna let this dry on the skin for like a minute or two. I have started to keep the concealer on a bit longer just so that I can be like super bright on the areas that I add the concealer. So that's been a change since my last video. So we're just gonna let this sit and be right back. So now it's been about a minute and I'm gonna start blending this out. I'm gonna go from the top down and then to the under eyes, and to blend this out I'm going in with this Real Techniques 210 brush. This is the Expert concealer brush. So I'm just gonna start tapping in the concealer, kind of moving it around a little bit, and then I'll start tapping on the nose, Cupid's bow, side of the nose, and then chin, and then now I'll go into my under eyes. And then I'm just going to be super careful with the eyeshadow per usual. Whenever I do a look with eyeshadow, I am very careful not to like really touch the eyeshadow. And then same for this eye. And I kind of like tap in the inner corner and then bring the outer corner in, and then start bringing it like down, and then I'll go out. So just like that. Next, what I like to do is go in with a damp beauty sponge and then just start tapping in the concealer. You can either go in just with the blending sponge or with the brush. I actually used to use the brightening concealer brush, the number 242 for my under eyes, and that one kind of blends a little bit nicer, but I do also like the Expert concealer brush a lot, just because it kind of like pigments the face. No, it just doesn't remove so much product. So I do that, and then I just make sure that it's nice and blended with the blending sponge. And then it just kind of like moves around the product a little bit more like the blending sponge does. So I like that. I'm just pressing the product in. So I'm like just pressing it in. I'm not dragging it at all whatsoever. Like, you definitely don't want to do that. So now we're going to go into the setting powder. I have been using the Airspun a lot lately. Another favorite that I have is the Huda Beauty, let me see what it's called, Baby Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. So I got the small one just to test it out, and let me tell you, I'm going for the full size. I love it, but not for like an everyday. I would use it like on the weekends when I'm going out or for like a party. I wouldn't necessarily use it all the time. And not that it's not good, I just don't want to like waste it. You know what I mean? So for an everyday, I go in with the Airspun. So I'm just gonna tap some product on here. And then I'm gonna go in with my powder puff, tap that in, tap off the excess on the back of my hand. And then I'll go into the under eyes. I'll go on the side of the nose, forehead. So anywhere that I put concealer, I'm tapping this setting powder on. So the chin. Now I'm gonna put a little bit back because I think it's a lot. But now I'm gonna grab a big fluffy brush. This one is the Real Techniques 201 powder brush. And I'm just gonna swirl that in here, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna start setting my entire face, because if I don't set my entire face, you run the risk, because I have ran the risk, or I have taken the risk that your bronzer and your blush, like your powder bronzer and blush, looks patchy. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm just tapping in product all over, tapping in the setting powder all over my face very lightly, and at the same time kind of like brushing off the setting powder that I put on my under eyes, on my forehead, on my chin. I'm also gonna swipe it down my neck because we did go in with some foundation on there. And now we're gonna go into the bronzer. This has been my favorite. This is the NYX matte bronzer. And this one is in the shade medium. So I'm just going to pick that up on this Eco Tools Define brush. And this is what it looks like. Tap this in, kind of like swirl, tap it in, tap off the excess, and go on my cheekbones. So I'll kind of like tap it and then like swirl, but just keeping it on my cheekbone. And then I'll go on my forehead. Again, kind of like swirling it. Oh my God, what is wrong with my hair? So same for this side. Kind of get it into like the hairline. Cheekbones again. I kind of like pressing it in a little bit more than swirling it, but I'm just doing both so you guys know what I do. Pick up a little bit more, and I'm gonna bring it down like on the side and then down to the jawline. So just like that, down onto the jawline. And the next thing that I'm going to do is put it on like the, not the tip of my nose, but like right here, because that is a high point, and when you bronze, you're bronzing high points of your face. And then I do bring some down to like my neck too, like right down the middle and like kind of on the side. And now for the blush, this has been my favorite since I got it. This is the Juvia's Place Volume 1. And my favorite shade to use is the orange one. So I'm going to pick that up with this flower blush brush and tap that in. Again, Juvia's Place products have a lot of pigment, so you don't need a lot. So I'm just gonna put that on the high points of my cheeks, just like that. See what I mean? Like super pigmented. And then this, I'm gonna put a little bit on the tip of my nose. That's just a preference. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It depends on my mood, I think. Like if I'm in a holly jolly mood, I'll do it. If not, I won't. Another thing that I have been doing is grabbing some more setting powder and putting that right there, like right under the cheekbone. And I'm gonna let that bake. I'm gonna go in with the setting spray, spray my entire face, and take my beauty fan, speed up the drying time. So by spraying my face while the setting powder bakes under the cheekbone, it's just gonna make your face look more snatched. It's a trick that I got from Jaclyn Hill. So now I'm gonna go back into the coffee shop palette and I'm gonna pick up this Tres Luce B121 pencil brush. This is what it looks like. And I'm gonna pick up the shade that is on my crease. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this color right here, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna put this on like under my waterline. Just like that, and then same for the other eye. So now I'm going to go into my eyebrows really quickly, and the product that I have been using a lot is the Maybelline Express Brow in the shade Black Brown. So I'm going to really quickly do my eyebrows and just speed up that process. I do have my mirror right here. The magnifying little mirror is super helpful. So I'm going to duck down a little bit and do my eyebrows real quick. So what I like to do is, for an everyday look, is just go from like the middle of the brow and just start creating a line. And then I'll go to the top a little bit further and start creating my arch. And then I'll just brush the eyebrow and distribute the color. And I honestly don't do anything to the front of the brow. I just want it to be as natural looking in the front. What the heck? All right. I'll speed up the process for this eyebrow. All right, so I'm all done with the eyebrows. Now I'm gonna go into the eyeliner, and I have still been loving this Maybelline Hyper Easy eyeliner in the shade brown. I think in my previous video, I believe it was the black one, and now it is the brown one. I just feel like it suits my eyes a little more. So let me bring my mirror up again, and I'm gonna do my eyeliner. So I just like to find the end of my eyelid and bring it up and then in. I like use this eyeliner so much that it's like running out, but not to worry, I have a backup. I already have another one because, like I said, I just love it so much. So sometimes I keep the eyeliner just like this. I won't go into the inner corner, middle, like I won't go past here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it right now. So I just keep it as close to the bottom of my eyelid as close as I possibly can. There we go. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and I'll be right back. All right, so now I'm gonna real quickly curl my lashes. So I'll pinch the lashes about 10 to 20 times. And you definitely don't want to skip on curling your lashes. The mascaras that I have been loving recently are, let me find it. These two from L'Oreal. This one is the telescopic, and then this one is the Lash Paradise. They are both waterproof. I think I reach for the telescopic one more on a daily basis, and then the Lash Paradise like on the weekends. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply the mascara, and what I've been doing is just brushing the tips, not going like onto the roots like I used to. I'm just brushing the tips. All right, and then I'll do the same on the other eye. Oh my God, I completely forgot. I forgot to tightline my waterline. So I have been loving to tightline my waterline, and I have been using this Essence Stay and Play Gel Eyeliner. So I use the brown shade, and I just go in to my upper waterline and add some color there so that it like your mascara looks more fuller that way. I can't believe I forgot that. Like, trust me when I tell you, it just makes your mascara look so much fuller and so much better. So now I'm going to remove the setting powder from under my cheekbones. See, it's like, don't be scared to apply the setting spray when you have that like setting powder baking there. It's not gonna stick, like it's not gonna just be white right there. It's just going to make the bronzer Like it's just gonna snatch your face. Just try it, test it out. All right, so now for the lip liner, I have always loved the Morphe lip liners, but specifically, I used to use the color Bite Me, but I got really into the color Sweet Tea, and it is just like this super nice brown, and I just love brown. So I'm gonna line my lips. Make sure that you always get into those inner corners of your lips. And now for the lipsticks, I have loved the Maybelline Vinyl Ink lipsticks, but Juvia's Place has just been it lately. This one is the mini matte. No, are they matte? I don't know. But it's the mini liquid lipstick. This one is in the shade Bronzed Toast, and this one is a brown shade. I have the color Bronzed Maple, and that one is like more of an orangey, like a dark orangey tone. It looks beautiful. But today I'm going with the brown one because we did a whole brown look. Oh, and if you do go out and purchase these, they're so good. They last a long time. That's like one thing that I love about them. I'm laughing. And I believe I put this on a previous video. If you wear this, please avoid greasy food. That's all it said. I was like, oh, got it. Okay, so avoid greasy food if you get these amazing Juvia's Place mini bronzed lipsticks. All right, so I'm gonna spray my face one more time. Speed up the drying time. All right, and that completes today's video of my current favorites. Like I said, if you haven't seen my first one, I'm going to leave it linked in the description box below. Make sure to check that one out as well. Don't forget to show some love by hitting that like button. Comment down below what else you would like to see. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button too. And with that being said, I will see you all on my next video. Bye!